Well, hey everybody, Mike Decker. I am working on a 2006 Jeep Wrangler 2.4 liter engine, and it's my daughter's Jeep, and she's having issues with her air conditioner. So I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Dave Reed, who really troubleshooted this just now with me, Jeff McCann, Jeff Jolliffe, and Marty Carver, who sent me some videos to really get me started. But let me take you to the problem, and then I'll show you how I fixed it. So in my daughter's case, what was happening is we were getting air from the defrost as well as down below from the heater. But when she would turn her switch to the air conditioning switches, nothing would come out of the vent. And so there was nothing. As soon as we hit the vent, air would come out of the vent, and then cold air through the defrost or heat, depending on what your temperature gauge was, and then the defrost, again, cold air in our case out here in California. Rarely do we need a heater, but regardless, worked, but then nothing here. And so there's a lot of good YouTube videos out that you can watch in terms of how to check the fuses. So that's the first place you want to start. And in this case, this is 2006 Jeep Wrangler, you're going to have fuses here in this particular compartment. And then, as you know, if you open up your glove compartment here, you're going to have fuses here. So let me just pop this off, pull it out, and then with your tester, what you would do is you would turn on the engine so you have power, but then you would find a ground, and then as you go you can test all of these, and this little tester will light up, and so you know whether or not your fuses are good. So once we figured out the fact that the fuses were fine, the next step is to check for a vacuum leak. And again, there's some really good videos out on YouTube to check for a vacuum leak. But basically what the starting point is, you identify where your compressor is and where your air conditioning line is, and then just kind of go through these lines to make sure that they're what kind of condition they're in. There's a lot of Jeeps will have issues with this, and again, I don't need to go into that. But in her case, her line is pristine. So we figured out we didn't have a vacuum leak. So now we're back on the inside. So I've taken off the doors just to kind of make it simple. So the way you get to the switches is you have to remove this top piece here, which is really actually pretty simple, which is one of the things I love about Jeeps. They're easy to work on. And then I've already removed it, but there are two Phillips screws at the top, one here and one here. And then just with a little bit of love, you can take this piece off. And so I'm gonna set that there. And then let me set up the camera here. In my particular case, to get to the back here, and this is some of the wires for it, there's a Phillips screw here, and then there's one here. So let me pull that off, grab this here, remove that. Pull that off here. And when you open it up, you will have all these switches here. And let me unplug this here. This is the culprit in my case. So this particular switch is what runs your blowers. And so we checked all of that, but then when we looked closer, and I don't know if it shows up or not in the video, but we noticed how this plastic here was melted. And so you can see the copper, how it pops here pretty close, pretty good. But when you get in here, you can feel it and stuff. In fact, when we were running the air conditioning, it got a little hot. So let me just pull this off real quick. I think I can do it with my fingers. Yeah, so let me just pull this out to give you an idea what the switch looks like. And in fact, if you want to, you can pull this apart. And when we did that, what we found on the inside was, again, more melted plastic. In fact, and one of the contacts, one of the melted contacts had a plastic on it. So our suspicion is that it's this particular switch. So I went on Amazon, found the right part, and they actually don't sell just the switch, but they sell the entire unit for like $69. And so I've ordered that part. It'll come tomorrow, Amazon Prime. Shout out to Amazon. And then I'll post it. Hopefully it will have remedied the problem. So again, if you're having issues where the defrost is working up on top here, you're getting air from the top here, and you're getting air down from below, but nothing's coming out of here, the chances are strong that it's this particular switch or one of the switches. So I hope that helps some of you. I've spent hours and hours and hours trying to troubleshoot this, and hopefully this video will help. Stay tuned for the rest of this tomorrow. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. My package just arrived in the mail. I got it from, I'll put the information maybe in the link at the end. This is an off-market switch. You can go with an OEM, the Mopar switch, which is like $219, and it doesn't include the cord. So I'm gonna pull this apart, and then we'll get after it. So this looks basically the same as the one that came in the Jeep, the OEM, with the exception of, you know, there's some extra bolt holes there. But all in all, I'm gonna detach all this. I'm gonna remove this here and see if this reaches. If it doesn't, then we'll have to adjust it accordingly, but looks good so far. So that's pretty much it, everybody. It was the heater control switch. I replaced, took out everything, simply replugged everything in. I did not use their harness because it was a little too short, so I kept the same harness, plugged everything in, and we are good to go. I've got defrost, I've got vent, and down below I've got the blower on the heater. So that was our problem. Again, this is good for a lot of the TJs, I think, as well. Hopefully this video helps. So hey everybody, good news, check it out. Clearly the air conditioning is working. Now here's something that I learned. On a hunch, I decided I would try to use their cable, which is about half the length of this one. So that created its own problem. But the reward was the output was probably 10 to 1, 10 times stronger than when I used my old my cable. So now I got to go down here and had to pull a bunch of stuff out here and rework some things, but that's just part of tinkering. So anyways, the reward obviously is way better. So hopefully this helps everybody. Hopefully this has shortened the learning curve for many of you, and the best of all, my daughter's going to be happy. So as a dad, what more can you ask for? If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, we'd love for you to do that. If you're in the motorcycle world, I do a lot of motorcycle posts, as you can tell, on my High Road Living YouTube channel. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. God bless you, and stay safe.